Good evening, everyone, and tonight we're going to be doing our extra practice work for our section. We have multiply. It says write in simplest form. All right, so we're multiplying fractions here. And the general rule for multiplying fractions is I'm just going to go ahead and multiply the top number by the top number and the bottom number by the bottom number. So if I had an example here, it'd be like 1 over 2 and 2 over 3. I'm simply going to go ahead and take 1 times 2, well, that's 2, and 2 times 3, and that's 6. Of course, I will simplify once I'm done. Both of these are divisible by 2. Which gives me 1 over 3. So let's go ahead and work these out, shall we? I'm going to be doing the odd ones. We see right off the bat that I've got 4 as a numerator and 4 as a denominator. When I'm multiplying, I can go ahead and cross these out, leaving what's there. And what I got is a negative times a negative, right? I don't know why they bother to put the x here, but negative times a negative will make a positive. And that's going to be, well, these turn into 1. So I have 1 times 1, that's 1. And I have 9 times 1, and that's 9. So this one will be 1/9. Let's go to number 21 here. Under number 21, we have 1/3 times 3/4. Well, again, we can cross out the 3's and turn them into 1's. And now I got 1 times 1, well, that's 1. And I got 1 times 4, and that's 4. So my answer will be 1/4. And let's see, number 23, I got, well, let's see, I could make this into a improper fraction, which should be 5/6 then, times, well, we know this is 5 times 2, and that's 10, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So this would be 13 over 5. But since I have a 5 on the bottom here and a 5 over here in the numerator, I turn them both to 1's, and that makes 13 over 6. How many times does 6 go into 13? Well, 2 times, leaving 1 left over, and my denominator is 6. And it's time to go towards the lower portions of the paper. Mark left 3/8 of a pizza in the refrigerator. On Friday, he ate 1/2 of what was left of the pizza. What fraction of the entire pizza did he eat? This is a multiplication problem. It's really just 3/8 times 1/2. Well, again, we've got 3 times 1, that's 3. And 8 times 2, that's 16. That's all there is to it. The last one I'll do, this section is number 27. 27 says negative 2/3 to the third power. I know I have to take that third power and apply it to everything. So the top part is really 2, negative 2 that is, times a negative 2 times a negative 2. And the bottom is simply 3 times 3 times 3. Well, negative 2 times negative 2 makes a positive 4. And 4 times negative 2, well, that makes a negative 8. Now we got 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 times 3 is 27. So the answer to this problem is going to be negative 8 over 27. All right, and let's move downward. And now we're on number 29. Alana wants to make 1 and a half batches of pasta salad recipe shown at the right. How much of each ingredient will Alano need? Explain how you solved it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and multiply 1 and 1/2 to every one of these, okay? So if I had to explain it, I would say multiply 1 and 1/2 to each ingredient. All right, so let's go ahead and try that. First of all, I got broccoli, so I'm going to be multiplying 1 and 1/4 times 1 and 1/2. Now to do this, we got to turn these into improper fractions. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So this is going to be 5 over 4 times, this is 1 1/2, so it's 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so this is going to be 3 over 2. Now we're simply going to go ahead and multiply. We have 5 times 3, that equals 18 or 15. And 4 times 2, that's going to give you 8. And that's how much broccoli we'll have, okay? That's for the broccoli. No negative there. Broccoli. All right, let's go for the next one. Next one I see is the cooked pasta. The cooked pasta is going to be 3 3/4. And we're going to multiply it to 1 1/2 again. If I do that, I see I've got 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So this is going to equal 15 over 4. And now I also have to realize I have 1 1/2 again, and that's going to be 3 over 2. And 15 times 3, well, that's 45. And 4 times 2, well, that's going to be 8. We still have to simplify, don't we? Let's see, how many times does 8 go into 45? Well, I know 5 times 8 is 40. So I'm going to say it's 5. And let's see, 5, and that would leave 5 over 8 left over. And this is for pasta. Not to apologize, I did notice on 29, I didn't turn this to a simplest form, did I? Because 8 goes into 15. So I'm going to go ahead and say if this is 8 over 15, it really goes into it 1, and how many is going to be left over? 7/8. Okay, and that's for the broccoli. All right, let's see. The next one is going to be the salad dressing. We've got 2/3 here. 2/3 times, we said 3 over 2. And look what we got over here. Well, 3's cancel out. And the 2's cancel out. That leaves me with 1 over 1. And 1 over 1 is 1. So we have 1 cup of salad dressing. And we've only got 1 thing left. And all these should be shown that they are cups as well, okay? I don't want to not put my units on there. The last one is cheese, and that's 1 1/3 cup. And again, we're going to multiply that to 3 over 2. Now I could say 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So this really equals 4 over 3 times 3 over 2. And if I have a number on the numerator and denominator, I can cross them out, leaving 1, which leaves me with 4 times 1, which is 4, and 1 times 2, which is 2. And every fraction is really a division problem. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So this is 2 cups of cheese. And that's all for tonight. Hope that helped you figure out how to do this stuff. I will see you in class.